Okay, so we're ready to start. Thank you for joining us. Today's presentation is brought to you by the Illinois Coronavirus Response and Relief Business Center in partnership with the Chicago Minority Supplier Development Council. Next, please. Our mission is to assist minority-owned businesses primarily to bring resources, access to capital, funding, low-interest loans to all businesses throughout the state, specifically in the urban, but we're also trying to reach rural areas. Those bullet points listed below are just some of the subjects that will be covered and be presented by subject matter experts. What's special and unique about our program is that oftentimes you will be offered one-on-one consultation services as a result of participating in our program. Next, please. Okay, well, I failed to introduce myself. My name is Irma Lopez, and I'm the program coordinator for this program. And San, which you also see on the screen, is part of the team, and he was very instrumental in bringing Ms. Chapman to present for us. And without further ado, I'd like to introduce Ms. Chapman. Sarader, can you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Hi, my name is Sarada Chapman. I am a urban planner from the south side of Chicago. I have a background in data analytics, data analysis, and am currently in the role of the Assistant Economic Development Director at Greater Chatham Initiative. Next slide, please. So in this presentation, I will be telling small business owners how to use your data to improve your business. As I just stated, I previously worked in the data analytics field, and I started out about 10 years ago doing data analytics for a market research firm for the food industry. While I was at this job, I basically helped develop and maintain a database where competitors were able to buy data about their competitors. They included information about financials, locations, their competitive advantage, growth and analysis, and they even provided predictions. Larger firms are using this sort of data to understand their market, understand their competitors, gain a competitive advantage, and strategize their business. We even went as far as to having menu monitors all around the world, taking pictures of competitor menu items and menu prices and packaging that up for McDonald's, Panera Bread, Burger King, Domino's, etc. Next slide, please. So in this presentation, I will give you details on how to understand your competition, what type of data is publicly available financing tools, and then I can show you how this information can work for you in a case study and a business assessment. Next slide, please. So how this data can help your business. This data can help you create an informed business strategy. You'll be able to understand things like site selection if you're trying to move to a new brick and mortar store. You can also use insights from your sales data to understand trends in your marketplace and what your consumers actually like, and it empowers business owners to help strategically plan. You can also use this data to encourage investments. Well-informed business strategies help create solid foundations for investors and grantors that want to fund your business. When you can provide data that drives your decisions and provide that valuable information to show the viability of your business with tangible numbers, more people or more investors and loans or opportunities can be provided. This data can also help you understand site selection. If you decide that you are trying to expand your business into a different neighborhood, a community corridor, you'll be able to assess what are some of the incentives, public financing tools, what is your competitive advantage, or what are some of the pitfalls by falling into that area. Doing this type of research helps prepare you for the long run and helps you strategize your business long term and helps business owners be more prepared. Next slide, please. So understanding your competition. In this section, I'll be going over your types of competitors, how to find your competitors, and how to identify opportunities. Slide, please. So there are three different types of competitors that are typically noted: direct competitor, indirect competitor, and then your replacement competitor. Your direct competitor is more so Burger King versus McDonald's. They sell the exact, well, similar menu items, and they are in direct competition due to their menu offerings. Your indirect competitors is more so contacts versus eyeglasses. You guys do not have the same menu items or the same offerings, but you are providing similar solutions. And a replacement competitor, you guys do not offer direct services or comparable services, but replaceable services. So something like McDonald's versus a Subway. These types of competitors can easily be found with a Google search. As you can see here, just looking up what are the restaurants in a certain location using Google, being able to understand these are all the restaurants located in my area. Those are as in general, and then you can itemize them either direct, indirect, or replacement and start your research off from there. Doing this research can help you seize a portion of your market and looking at your competitors as teachers or mentors on how to improve your business. You have to first determine your criteria for comparison. How are those competitors marketing their business? What are they offering? What is their turnaround time? Once you determine your criteria of comparison, you can start collecting data from various sources, and I will get into that a little bit later, where you can collect data from. But some of the places that you can collect data from is from annual reports from the organizations, public trends and analysis. A lot of times, if you have a specific niche market, say that you're a hibachi restaurant, you're a very niche market, there is a lot of research already done for your marketplace that will help you identify your trends and see the viability of your business. If you do your research and you see that nobody is shopping at these types of stores anymore, that can also help you reassess your business so that you're not going into something long term that you could have found out early on would not be successful. So after you collect the data about your competitors, you can analyze your findings and then establish your competitive position. This helps set a foundation for a data-driven strategy and help you improve your business. Other things to look into when it comes to identifying your market is understanding your community assets. For example, if you have a office building located close to your restaurant, you can coordinate with the office building and do a lunch promotion. If you are doing programming for youth, identifying where should I target? Should I target libraries? Should I target schools for youth programming? Or even in a bigger scope, if you are interested in knowing how I can become a distributor to public institutions such as a school, you can identify what schools would you like to be able to service first. These types of community assets can help you determine opportunities in your community based off of just a initial site assessment based off of your business. Next slide, please. So, as I stated before, there are various sources of publicly available data. I am going to go into three. These three I use a lot in my work as an urban planner, and I also use a lot as a market researcher. Next slide, please. The publicly available data that I am talking about is the City of Chicago data portal. This data portal has a wealth of information about the city. They also have it in raw format as tables, but you can also create maps and graphs to analyze the data or get snapshots of the data. And there's also training available because it is so much data located on the data catalog that there's tutorials and trainings available on how to navigate this. Some of the interesting things that I found on a data portal are traffic trackers. I feel like a traffic tracker can help indicate sales levels in a community, high traffic areas, and sometimes retail sales translate to traffic. Other things you can find on there is COVID-19 statistics, environmental factors, community and ward boundaries, even bus stop ridership. That can help. For instance, you can target ads based off of the ridership of that particular bus stop. Next slide, please. So for your business, you can use certain data points from the data portal to strategize your business better. For instance, I have a snapshot of the data portals within the Roseland community for their crime. I filtered out the crime to be between October and December of this year, and it gave me a hotspot map of where crime is located. You can also filter down to types of crime. When you think about crime and you're starting your business, and say that you have a brick or mortar store, the types of crime that you want to be more aware of is property crime. So if you notice that at my store, I'm noticing that this has a high rate of property crime, that can help you strategically set up your insurance policy and help you protect yourself better. And that is how data can be used to drive your decisions. Other factors that can be used to help your business is the city-owned land inventory. Has the city been selling land? Where is it at? Is there land currently available? You can also look at active business licenses to see what businesses are active around you. This is similar to the Google search, but it gives you a little bit more nuanced data and information that can help you understand your market as well. And additional data that can be found in the data portal is TIF districts and special service areas. And a little bit later, I'm going to get into what is a TIF district and how it can be used to benefit your small business located in the city of Chicago. Another data portal that I like to use is the Cook County data portal, and it has information about your property assessment and property taxes, and could be beneficial if you are looking to select a site. At the bottom, I have included the links for the data portal, the City of Chicago data portal, and Cook County data portal. If you are not in the City of Chicago and you are looking for this sort of information, most municipalities track this information and have it publicly available for download and usage. Because the City of Chicago is so big and a lot more advanced, they're able to provide more dashboards and interactive graphics to help you understand the data portal. So the City of Chicago has one of the best data portals that I've seen. And I've worked with a few, but with my limited scope. Next slide, please. Another public asset that can be used to tell you information about your current market is PolicyMap. Now, PolicyMap takes over 50,000 public indicators and summarizes them on a database, but they also provide an open map for you to get details about demographics, income, housing. They even have something lending. As you can see here, this has small business loan issued in Roseland over $100,000. So to me, this will indicate, okay, people are lending here. What is the amount that they're typically lending for? Typically under $100,000. As you can see here, this is higher concentrated to the $100,000 mark. But if you go 100,000 to 250,000, it's a little bit less activity when it comes to small business loans issued in this community at that amount. So some of these insights that you can gain from your data can just prepare you. Some of the data, a lot of this data that on PolicyMap is sourced from public data sources, including the U.S. Census Bureau, the Bureau of Labor Statistics, and other research agencies. They collect this data so that they can gain insights and provide solutions to their clients. And the PolicyMap paid clients are more so academia, governments, commercial, finance industries, or health. And personally, I like to lean towards maps for data because they just tend to tell a different story than a chart or a graph. And PolicyMap kind of gives you that initial snapshot of information without you having to do too much digging and too much work. Next slide, please. So the next thing I want to get into is tax increment financing and other public financing tools. I know in the city of Chicago, we always hear about TIFs, but what are they? So I'm going to try to explain that to you in an oversimplified manner. And then I'll go touch a little bit on hub zones and opportunity zones. Next slide, please. So TIFs are basically tools used by municipalities to encourage investment within a specific area. For example, there is a vacant shopping center sitting on Main Street in a suburban town. There are no taxes being generated from that vacant property. If you look at this chart and you see that black box that says base EAV, that is the zero mark. That is the ground zero of the tax base. So TIFs are put into place for 23 years, and they are expecting that this will encourage investment. So Main Street, vacant shopping center, no taxes. So then the town decides that they want to encourage development because this vacant shopping center is causing a decline in the commercial corridor. So they begin to, first of all, they designate a TIF and they start to allocate funds to a special tax allocation to be used by investors. In this example, a storage facility will be using the TIF district as will be placing their storage site within the TIF district in hopes of garnering some of that infrastructure funding from the TIF. And TIFs are typically set aside for larger developments because to pay for things like sewer and water upgrades, environment remediation costs, road construction, etc. Next slide, please. For some reason, my screen is breaking up.
I'm sorry, Sharita. I was running into a technical issue as well. My apologies. I'm trying to get back online the correct way. Just give me one second.
Okay. Do you want me to share mine?
Yes, if you could.
Yes, just a moment.
We're sorry, everyone. We're just experiencing some technical difficulties. I'm sure we're not the first and the only having to do all of this virtually, so we really appreciate your patience.
Okay. Sharing. Okay, just a moment. Sharing now.
Thank you, Surader, for stepping in.
No problem. I will say that I don't believe I have the last slide that has the grant that we spoke about earlier, but
Okay.
Can everybody see my screen?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. So from the TIF district, as I mentioned before, TIFs are typically used for larger developments, but a spinoff of the TIF are the SPiff districts. So SPiff districts are allocations of TIF funding for small businesses, and this can help small businesses get permanent building improvements with funding from grants. They can fund things such as facade repair, permanent HVAC system repair as a grant. The districts that are currently open in the city of Chicago are in the map here, the top map, and this application actually closes December 30th. I also feel as though this can be something that businesses can strategize their location so that they're in zones that have these sorts of incentives. Typically, SPiff awardees are selected by a lottery, and the minimum award is $25,000. And this is from a large pot of money. For example, the 67th and Wentworth and the Cottage Grove Wentworth has approximately $500,000 in available SPiff funds for small businesses. These pots are available to improve commercial corridors in our communities, and they are here to help small businesses. And being aware that SPiffs exist help you tailor or strategize your small business to be in ideal locations to take advantage of these incentives. There's also on the map under it at the bottom, the two maps, those are all of the SPiff districts that will be opening in January across the city. The SPiff application is fairly simple, but you just need to know that it exists so that you can apply, or you just know that it exists so that you can strategize your business to be located within a SPiff district. Next, me, sorry. Other public financing tools to look out for are hub zones and qualified opportunity zones. So hub zones help support small businesses. The federal government sets aside awards of 3% of their federal contract dollars to organizations or small businesses that are located within these hub zones. Hub zones are similar to opportunity zones as far as being underutilized business zones, being low income or economically distressed communities. The government, city, state, federal have set aside funds to assist small businesses that are located within these areas. For qualified opportunity zones, this is more so for tax treatment or beneficial tax treatment, tax breaks. If your business is located within these opportunity zones, there are some potential tax incentives for locating your business in an economically distressed community. So, all of the information that I just gave you, I want to give you a scenario, this information in practice. Hypothetically, a hibachi restaurant has come to me and asked me to provide some documentation for a loan. They want to include the information about their competitors, they want to include information about their market, and they want to understand their location of their business. This is a hibachi restaurant in Roseland, and they really want it to be successful. So they want to use the information from a business assessment to help them get a loan for their restaurant. I will in turn return to them a business assessment. The business assessment has a customized map that includes their direct competitors, which would be in another hibachi grill, and then their indirect competitors, which would be more so Chinese carry out, no eat in. And then they wanted to know if they're located in a zone that has financial incentives. Were they located in a TIF district? Yes, they were. Were they located in a special service area? Yes, they were. The benefit of special service areas are access to resources. Special service areas can provide technical assistance to small businesses to get access to resources or to improve their business operations. The business assessment also included a narrative and graphics to explain their target market and potential opportunities in the areas. For this organization or my partnership with CMSDC, I will be offering business assessments to small businesses customized to the data points that they need. To find out more information about the small business assessments, you can email me at info@urbangreenconsulting.com or visit my website. There is a booking information for you to book your small business assessment. The process for the small business assessments includes an initial intake form to understand what items you would like to find more information on. with a first meeting to go over your intake form and then a second meeting to discuss the findings. So if you have any questions, please let me know.
So Raider, thank you so much for all the information that you provided today. It's so important during these difficult times. The one thing that jumped out at me is your mention of loans and the data that you're collecting specific to loans. I also want to bring up the importance of keeping proper documentation and filing of everything you do. Serator is also certified as a woman and minority-owned business. So she knows the importance of keeping these documents, maintaining the structure of your company and the documents that are required as a result of these business structures that you selected. I've also learned throughout the years of working outreaches, you don't realize how important these documents are in maintaining your separation of personal assets against your business assets. So those come in very handy in making sure that you're secured in a way that you're protecting your own assets against your business. Market analysis, that's another thing that Serrato covered. One of the things that something like that is going to help you realize also is the market saturated in what you are offering. One thing that I often came across when working certification were zoning requirements. We had a very sad, situation where a gentleman purchased a brick and mortar building because it was a great price and he wanted to set up an auto shop there. Purchased it without looking into, regulations and zoning, only to find out that the city would not allow him to, create an auto, whatever body shop that he wanted in that area. So a lot of the things that Serrator covered today are very instrumental in not only learning more about what's around you, but you also need to learn and own your own business. As all of these resources that she mentioned, you have to know your own story and how to present yourself so that you could indeed figure out what it is around you and what you need to study and, determine what's good for you in what area, as well as the resources available to you. So Serrator, I really appreciate all the expertise you brought to us today. And the other thing that's unique to a program that I brought up earlier was the fact that we're offering one-on-one consultations. I haven't been in any other webinar where this is offered. So please do take advantage of Serrator's services. We're really excited about the option to offer this. And we really encourage you to take advantage of these. Son, were you able to bring up that one page for the grant?
Yep. So
there's one more thing that we wanted to bring up. San found a grant opportunity for Black-owned businesses. So he's going to try to bring it back up. I created a little QR code for you to kind of, point your camera at it, and it'll take you directly to the page to apply.
Yeah.
So these are just one of the things that we work hard as a team. There's a team of 5 of us, and we're continuously scouring the internet and whatever it is that we can to bring these types of opportunities to your attention. But most importantly, instead, we just don't want to bring this information to you. We want to hold your hand and bring you to these programs so you actually benefit from them. Knowing about it is not helping a lot of us. It's actually applying and pursuing these opportunities. So if you are a minority Black woman-owned business, by all means, it wouldn't hurt to apply. It's free. So if that QR code doesn't work, then I would just Google backing Black businesses, small business grants.
Yep. And then I will also add that, I'm sorry, there's an echo.
No, you're fine.
Oh, okay. I would also add that if you have difficulties, don't hesitate to click the link in the chat or copy the link in the chat, do the intake, and then I can assist you with applying for the grant as well. Also, Melissa had a question regarding if you're just starting your business, what documentations will be needed for a grant. It really depends on the grant. However, that's what we're here to assist you with. So again, click the link, get registered so we can have a one-on-one, so we can discuss that, because we have other funding options that you may qualify for to help you get your business started. And that goes for everybody else who's on the phone as well.
Perfect. So Raider, is that something that you would be able to assist in under your consulting services? You're on mute, Raider.
Sorry. Sure, I can definitely help figure out and navigate through the grant portals and do grant applications for clients.
San, can you bring up her contact information once more?
Yep.
So keep in mind that, again, I'm going to reiterate, these documents that you're going to need to access capital, to access grants, they're very important to keep as a business in general. So if you're just starting now, this is a great time for you to start maintaining, solid files and solid record keeping of everything that you're doing. So reach out to Mr. Rader at Irvin Green Consulting and take advantage of this offer that is not I haven't seen it anywhere else. So this is not something common that's being offered. So reach out to Mr. Rader and set up an appointment to get you started. And as San mentioned, we are here for you at all, for anything that we can help out. I never pretend to know everything, but we always know someone. So if I am not able to help you personally, we will do our best to direct you to the correct contact.
And also in the chat is a link to Rader's page to register for the one-on-one that you want to schedule.
Okay, so San and Sarita, do you have any parting words?
Thank you for the opportunity.
Thank you. We're gonna give some people some of their time back. San, do you have anything to say?
No, just reach out. We're here to assist. We have a team that's full of information, wealth of experience, whether it's marketing, systems, funding, contracts. This is one of the best things kind of going on right now, kind of going into the new year, where you can get connected, get a team that's here to assist you as you're trying to either grow or start your business. So don't hesitate to reach out. Do it.
Yes, and spread the word. Spread the word. Get more people involved. And so, Raider, one thing that I forgot to mention is hub zones. There are additional opportunities for you to tap into through the federal government. So if you're in a hub zone, your business could potentially benefit from other incentives that they offer as a result of being in a hub zone. So again, I want to appreciate everybody's time and attention to what we had to offer today. I hope it made an impact and you have come away a little bit better informed. Thank you, and we wish everybody a happy, healthy weekend. Bye, everyone. Thank you, everyone.
Bye.